All right, Max, let's give it another shot, eh? It's been a while, huh?
Yep.
So how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent. Let me get my spot. And we were just talking about something before we were hanging out with Jack. And what happened?
We were talking about the classification of different sports.
And we figured that seemed like something, like a great idea to have our pod over. Well, hello, welcome to our kitchen. Welcome to the 6th episode of A Dad-ent of Your Time.
I think 7.
7th? Yeah, I think you're right because we got the triple. So you can't really see us, but I think this is pretty nice because we're also just kind of messing around, mucking around in the kitchen. Our kitchen's a little bit of a disaster, but that's just kind of how we like to roll, right?
Yes, sir.
So what have you been doing? What's been going on with you since?
I've been swimming and working, and that's about it.
Where are you working?
San Pedro's Cafe.
And you like
downtown
it?
Hudson.
You like it?
Super fun.
Excellent.
If you're looking for a job, that's the place to go.
It's the place to go. You got some pretty G'd up guys there, right?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. I'm glad to hear that. And you like it? I already asked that.
Where have you been working?
I've done a couple of bathrooms, done a lot of tile. It's been pretty enjoyable. We went on vacation, all kinds of fun stuff. I went to go hang out with my boy Kevin. I went to a movie, which was just awesome. I know long time, all of our thousands of followers, you'll remember Kevin. We talk about him quite a bit.
Yep.
He's my video game homie. So you remember him. But I went to go see Lord of the Rings, the new anime, the Battle of the War for Rohirrim, and it was very disappointing. It wasn't cool. If you were to see it on the screen, it probably would be just fine. This was just a little not that awesome. Didn't care for it. So yeah. But he got to come over and we worked on a little stuff, and me and
Kevin's the one with the long hair, right?
Yeah, F that guy. He came over, and Max and I and him all just kind of stayed up and talked smart for a little bit, which was really nice. And then him and I stayed up. He helped me with the sink, which was frozen for a little bit, and then we left. Yeah. So it is funny because I don't know how this conversation organically happened. Were we talking about baseball? I was just going to do this random, stupid bit of trivia about baseball being the only sport that the defense is it's the only sport where the defense holds onto the ball. You know what I mean? Like the offense never actually touches it. All the other sports, like if you are scoring, if you're in active scoring mode, like you are in control of the ball. In baseball, it's not that. And then we were like, well, what the heck? Where did baseball come from? We're like starting to think about all the other sports. They're all, basketball and soccer. Well, they're all just sort of variations of the same sport. So then we started to categorize them. And Jack had some interesting stuff that he doesn't really want to be on camera because I don't know why he doesn't, but
he's a loser.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. He's over in there just hanging out by himself, right, Jack? Right, Jack? Yeah. So, what did we come up with, Max?
So, first sport is, I think, soccer. The majority of sports are like soccer, where you're just bringing a ball from point A and just trying to get it to a certain spot.
Ball or a object, because it could be a shuttlecock, like badminton, or it could be a
badminton's net.
But that's all the same. That's the same thing.
What do you mean?
Like soccer. Well, man, okay. Well, think about this. It's just bigger fields. No, it's just the same. Oh, no, it's not because there's a goal. That's what it is. Right.
Soccer, there's a goal.
Right. It's either yes.
Yeah. Tennis, there's the net. Soccer, then tennis. Then are we doing the A to B category?
Well, we'll think about that in a little bit. Then what was the other one that we had?
Glamour.
Well, no, the other sport where there's two opposing teams, and that is horseshoes, which is horseshoes and they're darts. Darts are kind of the same thing as well because you're trying to throw
It's
one
just two
thing.
teams trying to throw something.
It's an aiming sport, right? It's a bullseye sport. And horseshoes and darts and like bags and whatnot, they're all kind of the same thing. Like you have two opposing teams, or with darts, it's you have two opposing teams and you're not throwing towards each other. You're just like taking turns throwing it at the same board.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah, and even that you have to like deal with the other person. Okay, so anyways, yes. Right.
Yeah.
So there's the horseshoes, and then there's tennis, and what is in tennis? So tennis, we've got
Badminton.
Badminton, we've also got like obviously
Table tennis.
Table tennis. We've also got, is it hockey? No, hockey's different.
Hockey is soccer.
Hockey is soccer, right.
What's the other?
Pickleball.
I feel like it's just variants of tennis. No.
It's what?
There's just... So, tennis, broken down, it's just two teams against each other trying to bring one thing to the next team with something in the middle.
And the goal, you score a point by the other person missing the ball.
Yeah.
By that rationale, like, volleyball. Volleyball's in there. Same with racquetball. You don't know racquetball, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, racquetball is kind of the same thing, except for you're not facing against each other, but you're sort of, right.
Racquetball, and then what's other ones?
So yeah, like the idea is that you score by having the other person miss the ball, as opposed to soccer, which is the same, all the soccer ones, which are like soccer and what else have we got? Hockey,
Football, basketball.
And then football is kind of, football is a little slower and the gameplay is different, but ultimately you are just moving defensively the ball.
One object to another area.
Trying to get through the opposition and into a goal, which is what?
And then also rugby.
Rugby is the same thing, right. And footy, which is whatever you want to call it. Football, yeah. So then what about ping pong? That's table tennis. That's there. Okay.
Horseshoe. We got bags.
Horseshoe bags. Because what's the thing with that? Is that you're still? See, the thing is, it's a
horseshoe. You are aiming at another thing without the opponent trying to block it.
So it's kind of you know what? No, right. So I'm like, okay, what's the difference between horseshoes? Horseshoes and like say soccer, because ultimately you're just, but there's no
soccer. It's you can lose a point by missing and the other team blocking. Tennis, you lose this category, you lose a point by the other team messing up. This team, it's just you messing up.
I like it. Well, that was pretty fun.
And then there's. Should we do glamour?
See, okay, so then we're talking about, then you get into like all the other ones like bodybuilding, lifting,
dance, cheer.
And those are competition. Okay, competitions are different than sports. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know that people are going to get annoyed at it, but like.
Comp sports. So like competition where it's like judges.
Well, okay. Races. See, then there's a whole thing about races. Races are another thing. But is like Olympic hurdles, are they a sport or are they a competition?
Wouldn't hurdles be tennis? No, it wouldn't be tennis.
See, okay. So all the other things that we're talking about has to do with without, there's no goal, there's no scoring thing. You know what I mean? Like horseshoes, you've got
hurdles be in horseshoe just because you are trying to bring an object from point A to B,
but there's no competition. Oh, I think that's what it is. So all these games here, your scoring can be if there is a defense.
Yes.
There's no defense. In racing, there's no defense.
There's no defense in horseshoe though.
Yeah, there is.
No?
Yeah. Because your goals can be affected by the other things that are there.
So comp, that means there's
there's no defense. I suppose how's that?
You can only get your points from refs and judges.
Yeah, and ultimately
So
it's just
we can put a lot like gymnastics.
Right, gymnastics. Well, and then all of the racing sports. Right? I mean, there are some races that you like kind of are competing against other people.
So
like
swim, track, right? Because comp, it's you against other people.
Well, how's this? Okay, so on these there is an offensive and a defensive, right?
Yes.
All of the races, even the races that you're competing against other people and you can affect other people, they're still trying to do the same thing as you. I don't know if that makes sense, but right.
I see that. Comp is you're all kind of trying to do the same thing.
Yes. At the same time, though, right? So how do you? Yeah.
So let's try and think of some more horseshoe ones. What is a sport where you're bringing A to B, and the only way you lose points is by missing?
Say that again.
Horseshoe. So it's you got two teams. They're throwing an object from A to B. I mean javelin. No, because then.
Well, see, that was where I was thinking, like with the javelin, you're like, oh, you're still throwing something and trying to hit a score or to get it at certain distance.
I feel like javelin would make sense more with horseshoe than for comp.
But see, these ones you're looking to get in a target. There's no target with javelin.
Yeah, there's just
it's a distance. It's a muscle thing. You know what I mean? It's like a pure speed and muscle, just like. You're instead of moving your body as far as it can go, like a high jump, you're moving an object as far as it can go, which is different than these other ones that we're talking about.
So, all right. So comp, we have to write a couple of bodybuilding.
You want a cookie?
Yeah. Bodybuilding, powerlifting. Isn't CrossFit just everything?
Yeah. CrossFits are kind of racist. And wish I had some coffee.
But we don't like CrossFitters.
Who doesn't?
It's a stereotype.
Oh.
Because they do pull-ups weird. So we outcast them.
Oh, right. I mean, all I do all day is CrossFitting stuff. Carry heavy stuff quickly from one place to the next. Right?
What? That's not CrossFit. CrossFit is like everything, so it can't be categorized. Because you're running, you're all that stuff.
Well, that was really fun. I can't think of any more.
Yeah. So soccer, there's the A to B, and you got defense and offense that can affect. But like using the logic of the defense and offense can affect each other is only in soccer. Tennis is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And horseshoes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think sports, these ones, there's offense and a defense. And then when we come over here to the competition, it's just you competing against yourself.
This feels a whole lot like the, what's it called? Food can either be sandwich, hot dog.
That's what I was thinking about. What is it? Sandwich, hot dog, or sandwich, taco,
salad,
sandwich, taco, burrito? No, burritos are tacos, right? Lasagna? Lasagna.
Because sandwich and lasagna are the same thing.
Okay.
Because lasagna is just layered.
And then a taco is a full.
Burrito is fully enclosed. So I think there was taco, burrito, sandwich, and salad, I want to say. Like pasta, isn't that salad?
Yeah, ultimately it's just a...
So if you took a quesadilla, like curved it a little, that's a taco. You roll up the quesadilla, it's a burrito. You cut it and keep on layering it, it's lasagna.
Yeah, it starts as a sandwich.
Huh?
It starts as a sandwich. That's what you said?
Yeah, and then it can literally turn into anything.
Right. Nice.
That's weird.
Well, so then there's this whole branch of mathematics that has to do, I wish I could remember what the name of it, but where they're like, in that thing, a bagel and a coffee cup are the same thing. Have you heard about this?
Is it just because they have the same hole?
There's one hole. Like, so a bagel, you know what I mean? You flatten it and you pinch, and you're not changing the substance. You're not changing it at all. You're just sort of like putting a little dent in it. A dent is not changing the thing itself. And next thing you know, you've got like a little pouch here, and then you like move that little hole up here, and now you have a coffee cup, which is ultimately just a different
The bagels, you have a hole in them, so.
Yep, and so the coffee cup, you've got the handle. That's the whole.
That's weird. What's up?
But then, so with that whole thing, you've got your body.
Oh, isn't it like your body's the same shape as a donut?
Yes, you've got one hole, and and actually, it is different because there are more holes, but they're all connected. The thing is all of these are. All the holes in your body are connected.
That's weird to think about.
Yeah, I don't like to think about it. It makes me feel uncomfortable. It reminds me of, I just think of like, bugs or something crawling through.
Or like in
fun
movies,
sleeping.
in like cartoons, if they get like drink too much water or like sneeze or something, just
No.
or like when they eat gunpowder and an explosion in their stomach and it comes out their ears. That's so weird. Oh, you've heard of hammer space, right?
No.
Hammer space is like it's a superpower, but it's like the idea of cartoons where it's like you can pull hammers that are the size of trucks out of the back pocket.
Okay.
So hammer space is just like almost a pocket dimension, but like it's so weird to think about. Because, like, listen, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I think that ability is very unique, especially when they have it in, like, kind of serious, non-cartoonish movies. I want to say, like, Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Because there's a character that's got hammer space, and he's, like, a character. He doesn't look like a cartoon. He can just pull things out of nowhere.
Well, I suppose, like, any role-playing video game, you've got that. Your satchel that you get to carry.
Like, literally everything.
Everything, right. Gun games, like PvP games, like you can't carry 18 guns in your back pocket. You can't have it on your person.
Or you can't choose that every time you respawn, it changes.
So yeah, that's kind of a version of hammer space. Hammer space.
Okay.
I've never heard of that. Where did that come from? Or how long has that been in the pop
I have no clue.
Culture world of blah blah blah?
I'm pretty sure it's been around for a while, just never knew the name of it. You know Minecraft, obviously.
Yeah.
I stumbled into a weird forum where it was calculating how strong Steve is. Because he can hold...
Why is he so strong?
Because regardless of how much weight he carries, he can move the exact same.
Okay.
So what they're doing is there's these shulker boxes you can carry, which can basically give you another inventory. So you fill those with ice, because ice is just water, and ice is just super compact water. So to start off, there's water. Water is already heavy since it's a meter by a meter cube of water.
Yeah.
It gets heavy. And then you take 9 frozen one of those to get packed ice. Then you take 9 packed ice to get blue ice. So you have 81 ice in 81 cubic meters of water just in that one object.
And that condenses down to like 1 meter or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
So then you fill your entire inventory up with it, and it's just a super massive amount of weight.
So how many of those blue ice can you carry? Hundreds?
Yes, like 1,000. Because you have the shulker boxes for each space in your inventory, which I think there's, I don't know how many, probably like 32. Then you put a shulker box in each one of those, and the shulker box gives you 32 again. So there's
say that again. Say that again. I was not listening.
You got your inventory. It's a box.
Yeah.
And then in each one of those boxes, you can get another inventory with the boxes.
Okay. And what are they called? Shulker boxes?
Shulker.
Shulker?
Shulker.
Shulker.
Yeah.
Where the hell does that come from? Okay.
No clue.
So each of these 32 boxes can carry 32 of them. So it's 32 times 32.
And then
No, it's 32 times 30. Yes, 32 times 32. 900 and something.
And then also with those 900 and something, you can hold 64 in each one of those boxes because that's how much a stack is.
You can carry 64 blue ice
inside each one of those. Okay. So there's just like 900 something times 64 times the like weight of water.
81,000.
Yeah. And also the fact that he can punch things, jump.
Oh, that's funny.
Like 2 feet.
I love that stuff. Kind of like when like Santa Claus, like how fast or how much energy is Santa Claus producing when he's driving on Christmas Eve?
And also, like they were calculating how fast it takes for him. How fast he burns things because it's a cubic meter or something. Takes a lot of energy to burn. So it's like, burning sand into glass. You can't just burn that with like a piece of log. It takes gigajoules of stuff.
Yeah.
So they're like, Steve is secretly the one burning all this stuff because furnaces just aren't powerful.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. Sounds kind of fun.
Mm-hmm. I want to spend just an afternoon trying to find the math for all that.
Well, didn't they do it on that? Okay, why don't you keep chatting? I'm going to make some coffee.
Yeah. He did, what's it called? They calculated his punch force, his jump force, and then how powerful it would be. So, what's it called? With a boat, you can go pretty fast on the water in Minecraft, obviously. So, you put a person in the boat, plus another person carrying the same, like, 64 amount of blue ice. And then you add a chest with it.
So you can kind of double the amount.
Yeah.
Again, double the amount.
And then it's also, since it's he's rowing, he's using as much, like way more force than if you were to punch. That could be the dent of your time trick.
The what?
The dent of your time.
Oh. So, okay. Life hacks are all over the place, right? But Uncle Paul, your Uncle Paul, Ann's brother, like, I make coffee every morning and getting these things out. I go, honestly, every single morning, I think about Uncle Paul, which is Paul PK, which is Ann's brother, who, yeah, he's a great brother. So,
Social Security number.
It's no big deal. He just lives at
Yeah.
He works from there, and he's So I think all that information got in the thing, right? Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
100%.
All right.
So Max, what are you doing tonight?
I have work at 4, and then I'm going to Grandma's.
You are going to Grandma's?
Mm-hmm.
You talked to her?
Yeah. At least I think. That's why I understood.
Well, have you? I mean, she was wondering, and I said, "Why don't you let Grandma figure all that out?" Or I told Grandma to call you guys.
She's just like,
What was this today?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad. I know that she's been excited to do that. You can show her that. You can have her watch this new video.
She says she always watches them, which is good.
I know. Well, we haven't done one in like 4 years. I think ultimately
4 years?
4 months, sorry.
Yeah.
I think I think about it too much. Like, it has to get perfect. And sometimes you just... Yeah. So like I said, we were just in here having this conversation about the breakdown of the sports. And it was just like, you know what? Let's just do it right now.
Yeah. So
I'm glad that we did that, because a lot of times it's hard to like think about it. But.
So the plan... Got to get more collabs in.
Collabs. Right.
Luke Wilson was a pretty good one.
Right. Luke Wilson. I want to get DJ. He would be pretty fun to have on. And who else?
Connor and Mac as a duo. That'd be really fun.
Oh, those are your swim bros.
Those
right?
are the runners. They both do cross country.
Oh, really?
I'm planning on doing track, so I'll finally get to.
Nice. And then I know Grandma Jean wants to be a part of it too.
But
That'd be fun.
Luke and Wilson were great on that one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Both of them are sick right now. Sucks.
Yeah, everybody's sick right now.
Mm-hmm. Half our swim team's actually sick.
Are they? They're still sick from Christmas?
I think
because over Christmas,
it's just circling around.
Do you? Well, and I suppose you guys are all in like a wet, hot environment that's just a breeding ground.
Yeah, compared to other people's locker room, ours is kind of tiny. Like, it's probably cut off from the pantry right there, about this size.
Are you serious?
But on the walls, there's lockers.
Really? Yeah. I kind of thought
pretty small.
That's the whole school locker room for the pool, or
that's the boys' locker room.
The boys' locker room. Okay,
yeah.
It's not like a specific like swim team locker room.
Correct.
So that's holy cow.
We have that one, and then I think there's another locker room that's like on the. So it's in the basement where the water is because the school's built on a hill.
Yeah.
And then the ground floor, there's a locker room, boys and girls.
Yeah.
And then under that.
Oh, that's right, because you walk in and the gym is right up there. Okay.
There's like a lot of locker rooms.
Yeah, at Stillwater there was just one locker. There was a men's locker or male locker room and a female locker room. And then like they all opened up into the thing.
Okay. One of the weirdest things was in middle school. Instead of, teaching us how to swim, one of the categories, like one of the lessons that I had was kayaking. So they brought in these like kayaks and we just used them around the like middle school pool. It was weird.
Sounds kind of fun, right?
It was.
But you know how to kayak.
I'd much prefer to learn how to swim. Like,
yeah, I could see that. Well, should we call it?
Yeah.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's the Dad-ent time. We got to do what about
episode
our sign
7?
up?
Nope. 7. Peace.